And then I came here thinking that, of course, my family was coming, thinking that I could somehow continue the law. I learned the hard way that I had to go all the way back to undergrad and start afresh. That's my goal, just because I'm here, right? So persevere, right? In Newcomers, we have a very good at it, right? Whether you're a refugee who just came here, whatever your journey is, persevere. It is going to get better, but you have to put in the work, okay? Okay, now I can get into the real meat and potatoes. So the topic today, I'm talking about immigration and refugee. Essentially, from the demand that we are getting lately, we've all recognized that there are many immigrants amongst us. Lately, mostly we have refugee claimants in Canada. And I think it's a good opportunity to tell people some of the do's and don'ts. Off the bat, one thing I will say right away is be careful who you get information from. I think one of the key challenges for our community is, excuse me to say, the lack of quality information. So sometimes you hear people say, oh, I did this 20 years ago when it worked for me. I did this 10 years ago. You listen to it. It may not work for your specific circumstance. So please, access to information. And again, that's why such programs are very important. Because even if Christine doesn't know, she'll point you to the right person, okay? It can't be something that's across board, like generally everybody in the country is facing it. They shouldn't also be because he committed a crime. Unless, of course, the crime is one that by international standards is not acceptable. For example, we all know that in most African countries, including mine, LGBT issues are not accepted, right? Here in Canada, it is, right? So when people come here and they say, oh, I was going to be imprisoned in Ghana or Nigeria or Uganda, basically in Canada, it's not a crime, so you could be accepted if you're able to prove your case. The same with other human rights abuses based on classism. Believe it or not, I didn't even know this, but there are countries where there's modern day slavery, right? So we have people fleeing their masters and coming here. And sometimes you see the very vulnerable people, but again, also very resilient people. Bring your spouse here because you're a student, things have changed. And one thing that I've realized is that immigration keeps getting tougher and tougher, right? And to some extent, people of our background collectively is not always to our advantage. Because, we see a lot of people come, especially from Asia, where, economic migration. They may have the means, or the collective family, pools resources together. We may not have that. So it's always important to know the key changes in immigration. Right now, spouses who are coming here for master's programs previously used to have the spouses get an open work permit. These days, it's not the case. It depends on what program you're coming to do. So making it harder again for people who migrate, for joining their spouses who are here for school. Provinces and territories are also requiring some attestation letters for students. I'm sure those of you who are here who are students know about that. It's also an extra requirement, making it a little bit more challenging. The government of Canada has also placed a cap on migration, resulting in about 360,000 approved study permits per year.
To today's program, I'm trying to find out how we get history to go with economic and migrating issues where history fits in. Let me acknowledge the land that we are standing on and the Aboriginal people of this great land. That even though they may not be among us, they are here spiritually. Canada, our home on native land. I'm having to deal with the issue of identity. And you notice when you come here, The number one identity globally, or nationally rather, is a social insurance number. And I remind you that when you go into the prison system, the first thing you get also is a number. So your humanity is challenged. You no more Kojo or Mensa. You are a number. Now, how you are able to keep identity is how you are able to maintain your name. Because a name is a person's connectedness to his or her ancestral home and land. So out of the land comes your name. So my name is Ni Tayo Akone. Once you mention this name to a Ghanaian, just mention Ni alone is enough. It will take you to a place. It will take you to a people. And it will take you to a land. So my question to you, therefore, is how do you maintain your identity and also live in this strange land? Is the challenge for us as immigrants. Now you can choose to hang on to both of them tightly, as I have done. I have lived here for 54 years. I made it a point from day one that forever I will speak as an African and as a Ghanaian. So anywhere I go, when I open my mouth, you will know that I don't belong here, I belong to there. And that is an effort that I made on my own. And so this is the land where we don't ask you to be a Canadian. There's no such thing. Our beauty and strength is based upon what? Our diversity. So that this is the only land in the Western Hemisphere with a multicultural ministry to allow you to be yourself, because that is our strength. So I was trying to say that earlier, that Canada is not a melting pot where you come here and be a Canadian. There's no Canadian accent. There are diverse accents that makes Canada. Remember that. So when you go somewhere, say, oh, my children are Canadians. No. My children are African Canadians. Because that's what we want from you. We want diversity. So diversity means that we have a table called Canada. We want you to come to that table as a Ghanaian, as Ethiopian, as Ugandan, as Malawian. Whatever you are, that's what we're looking for. So don't get it twisted that we are asking you to be a Canadian. No. I'm still eating Ghanaian food. I'm still speaking as a Ghanaian. And I'm still looking like a Ghanaian. It's an effort. And so, if you have chosen this country, then you vow to represent or to be an ambassador to the nation from which you came. So I'm an ambassador for my nation. So everywhere I go, I represent my country. Your personal viewpoint is not as important as the land from which you came. And I want to say that again. I say your personal interest is not as important as the country from which you came. And so we have an obligation to honor our mother, Africa, and to embrace this land, because there is a difference between a house and a home. So you can't buy a home here. You lie. What you buy here is a house. So when I'm going to Ghana, I say I'm going home. Comprende? When I'm going to Africa, I say I'm going home. But in my new house, I do have the comfort of a home because I have created that Ghana, that Africa in my house. So when I come from work, when I enter my house, I'm African. Because I'm African, comprende? So that's what Canada is asking you to do. That we can create communities in this nation. So there's African community. When you get there, you're African. There are Chinese community, Ukrainian community, Italian community. What we do not have as a people today is that we do not have communities. Because we have been trained to be individualistic in our mindset. Therefore, we represent nobody but ourselves. And I'm going to throw a challenge to you that be mindful of the people who come in the community level claiming they're representing you. Check them out. Because quite often people have come with personal interest that they don't have the collective interest of the people they claim to represent. And we've seen them. I have 54 years of watching such people. So I'm not reading to you from a fiction book. I'm telling you, watch the people who come to the community arena claiming they represent you. That's the first thing you must do. Because they are with you, once they get what they want, they will leave you in the cold. This is the reason why Africa does not have a community. Because there are no patriots. Every nation have a patriot. Every people have somebody who's ready to die for them. So if you're a Christian, the death of Christ is central to your belief system. If you are a Muslim, Muhammad is central. If you are a Buddhist, Buddha is central. Who is the sacrificial lamb for our community? None. None. Zero. Therefore, our challenge in this century, in this decade, is how to be, and let me use this expression, and let me use it in a question form. Are you your brother's keeper? Is the question our ancestors are asking us. And I want you to be able to be honest with yourself and put your right hand here and say, yes, I am. If you cannot say that, you are not qualified to be an African.
No, I live in a mansion. Did you live with, was there lions? Did you have a lion in your backyard? No. But you know, the beautiful thing about it is that knowing yourself is the most important thing, and be true to yourself. I'm African, you're African. There's Africa in me, there's Africa in you, there's Africa in our heart. The whole world is deeply rooted in the motherland. That's where everything originated. So thank you, Mr. Nee. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for the opportunity. And once again, give him a big round of applause. We have the opportunity with some more amazing speakers. We have two more speakers, but I think your dad wanted to say something. This is a man that's been in the city for a long time. And then we have this queen right here. She's going to come up and speak briefly to us. Yeah, we're going to introduce you, because I was told we were going to speak for a few minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have this man. If you see a man take his time, especially a black king, sit on his stool took time to roll out here in his VIP limousine, coming over here, took time out of his busy schedule. Give a round of applause for this king right here. For those that are in this building, I've never met anybody that's been in Canada longer than this man in Edmonton. So, Edmontonians, brothers and sisters, newcomers that are here, I want you guys to just take some knowledge from this man, because he's been in Canada older than me, older than my age. So, sir,
yeah,
thank you for the honor.
thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm called Muru. I came from Uganda 44 years ago. I've been in Edmonton. I was a pilot with Uganda Airline and the Uganda Air Force. And then, thank God, during my lifetime, I was exposed to different places. I went to America, I went to Greece, I went to Scotland, I went to Sanders, I went to France. And the whole of Africa I was flying. Canada is a very good place. There's no place like Canada. As Mr. Nia said, Canada is multicultural. It is not like where we come from, by tribe. Africa is our home, but here you're also welcomed. All the culture you have, bring it here. And the government of Canada, being multicultural, they also want the culture to be shared. They opened the Department of Multiculturalism. So when we came here, that is the new things we got. We were not like that. We were very few Africans who were here. About 100 from different countries. We had the African Association here, but it was formed at the University of Alberta. So with us who came from different areas with our children, like this guy, the son of late James Stinger. You see Harriet. Harriet is well educated. He got it. He came here. She came here when she was 7 years old from Uganda. She did a lot of things. She did accounting. She's a part of the Edmonton City accounting department. And then my daughter there, I kept with her when she was 3 years old.
7.
7, yeah. She grew up here. So we came together because Nia said, you only see the skin, not white, not black. We are black people. We formed our community, and then the community started growing here. The first people I met here was the Ghana community and Nigerian community. They formed their association, they came together. And then, I said, if Ghana can open their association and be together with Nigeria, then we also went and opened our association, Uganda association. That was in 1987, at 6 in the evening. So we brought that association together for 34 years, gathering Ugandan together, gathering African together. You go, the Ghana community, when they're doing their party, we joined them. And when we are doing in the Uganda community, we joined them. So we became friends. Others from Malawi, from South Africa. Then a person like Dr. Kisakwa from Uganda. I know him here, Dr. Kisa, Professor Ibino, then late Benjamin Kaswara. We know each other here. I'm from Uganda. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Ghana. We became big community. And in that spirit that Nia said, we formed Africa Center. Africa Center is a creation of Africans. We create of its kind in North America. Very big The Prime Minister by then was Paul Martin. They helped us to form Africa Center, to gather together. That is our village. When we sit there, we discuss our things. Because where we came from, the governments were not good. Yeah, they're here.
Yeah.
Okay, tell them.
No, like, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, you guys. My dad's is here, and being immobilized, it's literally taking me 2 hours to get him another ride. Okay?
So, in that spirit, we open Africa Center. Africa Center is for everybody African. You are black, you are white, you go there. You go and give your service. So, whatever we get, whatever we hunt there, you also eat part of the meat. Because you are an African, your qualification is African. So, let us be together. Let us enjoy the fruit here. But when we came here, there are other people who are here. There's a law in this country. Here, when you come, you fold your sleeve, you work hard, you'll be what you are. But not on the people, not as Nia said. When you open this association, it's supposed to help people. You are from Ghana, it will help you. You are from Nigeria, it will help you. You are from Uganda, Uganda association. The government paid money for us to run that association, to help us. So, with these few words, don't hesitate to ask yourself what you want in Africa Center. Don't ask what you want. You get advice from a friend from Ghana, and then a friend from Nigeria or Uganda. Because we came here when the country, there were no people, and they are here. We are here. People from Caribbean, we should not forget them because they are also African. They helped us, put us on their armpit, they hold us by the hand, even to the government. Some of us got medals from the Queen Elizabeth. We got the medal because of taking care of our people. And the people are very happy, we are very happy. So with that, the government recognized us. Governor General, the Premier, and the Prime Minister. So, be together. Canada is not like Africa, where people are very segregative. You take care of people's resources, you eat it with your family, and then you think you are a government. You are not a government, you are not a president, you are just a sack. Here, everything is for you. But work hard, work by the law, everything is good. Thank you very much.
Association when I wasn't 7, I was older. And he just thinks I was younger, but I was a bit older. I was in high school. So we came in high school, we didn't know anything. We didn't have anything like this. Like, you're all so fortunate to have an organization that gives you some ideas on how to be ready to be a newcomer and what to look for. So we didn't have that. We kind of learned as we went, made mistakes, and whatever happened, happened. We basically did things, we were forgiven. We learned from our experiences. So just a quick background from who I am. After many years of being scolded by my mom and my dad, we came to Canada for you to get an education every day, no fooling around. So I did, in the end, become a chartered professional accountant. So that's my background. And I also became, after I finished working for the city of Edmonton, I was a senior accountant, the very first black person in that level to be a senior accountant in Edmonton, which was kind of shocking because there's more people qualified. But I started off being rejected, saying, no, you're not qualified. But I didn't care. I didn't know what no was. So every time they say no, either because of my skin color or because I was a woman, so I had double, two things against me, being a woman, also being black. But every time I tried, it didn't work. But eventually I did get the role as a senior accountant. Wow.
On this occasion, we love you. May God give you more help, long life, so that you can be back